let's create some text. So let's go to Layer, New, Text. By default, it'll create an empty text layer. Without clicking anything, you can start typing. So let's go Test, Layer. Okay, we will click up here at the very top, Selection Tool, which is your main tool in After Effects. For now, we will drag it over, click and drag. We'll put it in the center. Okay, so you'll notice we now have two layers. The text layer is on top. If we were to put it below, it would hide because the white solid is covering it. So just like Photoshop and other similar programs, After Effects works with layers that are stacked above each other. So the top layer is the one that's on top. This is exactly like a bunch of pieces of paper, where you have the very bottom piece of paper down here and the very top. So if you're above it looking down, the white solid on top is the one you see. So if we want the text layer to be on top and that's the one we want to see, we do that. And because it's only this big, we see the white layer behind it. For example, if we went to the white solid here and turned off the eyeball, we would see nothing but our text layer. So let's turn that back on. So in our text layer, if we go to character on the side here, and by the way, if you don't have any specific panels, you can find that by going up to Window and then turning on whichever ones you need. So for example, if you don't have the text panel, which is called the character, you can click Window, go to Character, and turn it on. So if you'll notice, this layer is now selected. That means that it is editable. So we can click over here in the character panel where we change fonts, and we can press the up or down arrow to cycle through different fonts. Now this is a great tip for you to be able to quickly test out which fonts you'd like to have in your After Effects project. So let's go to just something basic for now. Let's go to Arial. Okay, and then we can go to, let's say, bold. This is very similar to other programs. You have, italicize, different size, font, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can add strokes to the outside. You can raise the text. You can lengthen the text. A whole bunch of stuff. So let's Command Z. Let's click and drag and bring this to the center roughly. Okay, so let's say we needed to have this placed right in the center. A good way to do this is by clicking this part here and going to Proportional Grid, and then you'll be able to use the squares that surround the layer itself and center it by using this line and line it up with the red squares, and using this line and line it up with the red squares. So that is centered, so we can turn that off. Okay, with the layer selected, we can go over here to the character panel, click on the color, and make it a color such as that. Now you'll notice that there's a black outline. That is because there is a 2-pixel stroke over the fill. Fill means it is filled with a color. So we can either exaggerate that by going to 6 or 10, but for now we'll just keep it at 0.